Hi everyone, it's me, Ash, and I'm just gonna do this Jason look for you. And yeah, so if you want to see how I did it, just keep watching. I start off with some water activated paints, and I use white and just paint it all over my face. By the way, I did glue my brows down, I just didn't record that. In a house with kids, having a glue stick is almost nearly impossible. Every time I need it, they have stolen it off of my desk and used it for themselves, and then they don't put it back. So that's always a challenge. I need to start hiding it in a drawer or something from them because they'll have their own glue, but they want my glue. I don't know. If you hear the kids in the background, nothing I can do about it right now. They're all playing and doing their thing, and I can't really make them be quiet, so yeah. I took a beauty blender, it's wet, and I pressed it into my face with some more white paint to make the streak lines go away. And then I used a sponge for some texture, and I used black, brown, and some white. I had no rhyme or reason with where I was placing it. I just kind of threw it on my face. I then took some black and gray eyeshadow and I just threw it all over my face. And again, I really didn't do it in any pattern. I really should probably think things through, but I don't ever think about anything. I'm just kind of a doer, and then I have to go back and fix things or I have regrets. But anyways, yeah. I just threw some black shadow and some gray shadow all over my face. I used black Mayron grease paint for my eye sockets. I don't like the shape that I did. It's too skull shaped instead of more of a mask shape. But anyways, it is what it is. I used, grease paint, and I instantly regretted it when I did it. I'm not a big fan of grease paint. The pigment on it is so good, which is why I used it, because it's so black and I already had white on my face and I didn't want the water activated paint to be gray. I wanted black. So yeah. Still wasn't a fan. Then I took some black eyeshadow and I pressed it onto the grease paint to kind of try to dull the greasiness down and also set it. Then I'm going to take some red water activated paint and draw on the hockey thing. I don't know what it is. It's on his mask. I'm doing it. For the holes in the mask, I used the back of my paintbrush and I placed them on my face. I should have taken more time and made them more perfect and possibly even bigger, and the placement's kind of off, but yeah. Look at a better reference picture. I didn't look at any picture at all, which was part of my problem. I just kind of tried to work from memory. If you try to create a look like this, it's so simple because everybody recognizes this character. You can't really mess it up. It doesn't matter what you do. If you get the main idea down on your face, everybody's gonna know what you did. I took some black and gray shadow and tried to contour my nose, and then it looked really dark and funny, so I took some white water activated paints and kind of rubbed it on top of it, as well as some white shadow to try to fix my mistakes. And then, the mask has that like nail in it, so I drew the little platform for it with some black water activated paints, and I finish off adding the design on the mask with the red water activated paints. I then take some gray and black shadow and I try to make a shadow on where the holes are. I didn't take a lot of time, I just kind of threw it on there. And if you see me talking or singing, it's just my life. I'm either singing or I'm talking to my kids. You know. So yeah, just add that shadow on your holes. Make sure you're placing it all facing the same way, because of where your light source is coming from. but I'm not an expert. I just kind of do things. I felt like the shadow kind of interfered with my whole paint, so I took my paintbrush and added some more black to it. Then I took a long, very thin brush and I used white water activated paint and I added a shadow, not a shadow, a light spot, I guess, where my shadow is, or right above it, to try to bring some more depth and dimension, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I did. Because my light is so bright, it's really difficult to see every single detail, but it's there. That grease paint really bothered me, so I took some setting powder and I pressed it onto my eyes to try to set it and get rid of the greasiness some more. It didn't fully work. You know, it's grease paint, it's what it looks like. I really just should have gone with some eyeliner, or I don't know, maybe some water activated paint, but do what you want. I then took that paintbrush and I added a white ring around my eye socket, or whatever, you know, the holes where my eyes are. I then took eyeliner and I lined my waterline and my upper waterline, or whatever that's called, because I wanted it black. I didn't want any of my pink, you know, skin showing through. Then I took some white paint and I placed it on my nose and on the bridge of my nose to try to highlight it and lighten it up. And I added some white paint to the red spots on my face. I then used a metallic gray to add the nail in, or the screw, whatever it is. I guess it's a screw. I took some foundation and put it on my neck. I started to realize it didn't really look like a mask, so I lined the top of my head. And I never noticed until I started lining my head, I have this dent on my forehead. Yeah, it's probably where my mom dropped me on my head, and if you know me, you would understand that it's probably a real thing. She probably dropped me. I have some screws loose. So anyways, I added some contour and stuff on my chin area and around to kind of make it more mask-like. I removed my shirts and stuff because I didn't want to get paint and blood and paint. It's just paint, but I didn't want it on my clothes. And I took some brown paints and threw it on my chest. And I took a toothbrush, some water activated red paint, and I splattered it all over my chest. And then I did it on my face, because what's a slasher person without some blood? I threw on a wig. I did not brush it because, you know, why would I brush my wig? I'm a horror slasher person killing people. And that is the final look. So yeah, thanks for watching.